Hi, fellow gypsies and spiritual wanderers. Welcome to this late night space. I'm Mocha Gypsy, and tonight we're diving into something many of you have experienced, but maybe never had words for why certain people drain your energy the moment that they walk into the room. Okay. And you know the type, you're feeling fine, everything's going well, and then you spend a few minutes with someone, and you suddenly feel heavy, anxious, even a little sick. Something invisible just siphoned your life force, and most people blame it on stress, or they say, "Oh, I'm just tired," but spiritually, that's not what's happening. Okay, what's really happening is an energy transaction. And every conversation, every encounter is an exchange. And some people give energy and others take it, suck it right out of you. So when someone's spirit is disconnected from the divine source, they subconsciously and sometimes consciously feed off of others, and they look for that spark empathetic people have, the light bearers, because your energy is nourishing to them, and your boundaries are open, and they'll plug right into that. So let me give you a real example, okay? For those of you who haven't read my book or taken my course yet, okay? My ex-mother-in-law, um, she was a horrible narcissist. She gave birth to my sociopathic ex, but, um, you know, she was the absolute worst. And worst I've ever seen. And she was the kind of person who would make a point to have a puss on her face, even in family photos. Just this permanent sour energy, and she was creepy, and you could feel the atmosphere shift whenever she entered into a room. And here's the wild part, right? She actually admitted to having five dark energy shadow people following her around. And let me tell you, it showed the energy around her was dense, suffocating, like the light in the room dimmed when she spoke. And people like that are more than just negative. They're energetically possessed by entities that thrive on chaos and fear. And it's not about religion, it's about frequency. And if you vibrate in love and peace and clarity, you repel that darkness most of the time. But if you live in fear or guilt, you attract it. And the ancients knew this, and they understood the aura, the living field around your body changes depending on who you're near. So, if you feel drained after certain people leave, it's not in your head. You're sensing what your eyes can't see. And so, um, what we can do is a quick spiritual meditation or exercise, okay? An energy reset together, right? So take a deep breath, okay? Whenever you're find yourself in this situation, and you could do this quietly and no one would have to know. This is all going to be in your head. You're at a party, you're at a gathering, you're at the workplace, and someone's sucking you. You feel that pull, taking your energy. So this is what you do. So you inhale and exhale slowly. Okay. And now you imagine yourself surrounded by gentle glowing light, pink, gold, or white. Okay, remember all is mental. Pink is the high energy of love. Okay, you could choose either three, whatever works for you at the time. Pink, you can choose pink because that's the energy of love. Okay, and when you encase yourself in that light, than lower vibration like hatred and pettiness. Someone comes at you with that energy and try to siphon it, they can't penetrate that, okay? Or gold, you can use the color, imagine the color gold, because it's a powerful type of metal, a powerful color, and what's associated with that is regalness, being high vibration, high minded, that, you know, a lower level entity, a spiritual peasant, can't even come near you. All right. And you could choose white, which is my personal favorite. You can encase yourself in that color instead. And the significance of white, I'll let you in a little secret. It has little to do with purity in the traditional sense. White is white hot. It burns anything impure that tries to go into it, okay, and destroys it, right? So whichever color you choose, see it expanding around you as you're like a breathing cocoon, you know, and only love, peace, and the divine energy can enter this field you made for yourself. Anything lower simply fades away. And you can do this anytime you're being drained by a person. And over time, you'll notice fewer energy vampires showing up in your life because your light stops feeding them, and that light is protected now. So if this resonates with you and you've dealt with toxic narcissistic people and want to truly cut the spiritual ties, I invite you to join my private community, okay? And it's called Mocha Gypsy Magic Temple on School. It's a sacred, supportive space where we dive deep into healing, protection, and spiritual empowerment. Right now, my course, How to Cut the Psychic Connection with a Narcissist, is free for members for a limited time. And you can find the link in the comments or the description, right? So I'll be signing off, and leave any questions you have in the comments. And speaking of comments, let me see who's here. Okay. Hi, Simbongile Howard. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. I'm glad you're appreciating this live cast. And yeah, we need a spiritual reset whenever we encounter these people, or if we keep on encountering these people. All right. So, going to sign off. Any questions? You guys could just ask in the comments and I'll get right back to you about that. And I hope to see you at the temple. This is Mocha Gypsy signing off. Be blessed.